Okay. Hello, children. Welcome. We're going to get started very quickly today because we have to re-record from yesterday. We had some technical difficulties. We're starting over. We have a fresh, shiny recording of Paris is Burning. We're going to start over and be watching hopefully the entirety of what we watched yesterday, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, so a couple things. We've got this sped up a little bit. So the audio might be distorted just a little bit, which hopefully will help us with protection from copyright and stuff. But uh, okay, that's good. And if you would like to try to play the drinking game, I'll read some of the rules again. But I mentioned that it was much harder to keep up with because there's so many different things to pay attention to. But things like, sip when somebody is red, or when they say work, or when someone is voguing, or something like that. Those are fun. Actually, I had such a hard time following it, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna play, but make sure you guys stay hydrated. Okay, so we're gonna get started right now, and yeah, we're gonna be paying attention to a couple different things. Obviously, we're paying attention to the representation and way that conversations are being had through the ages. We're going to be obviously paying attention to what's important to these people, the differences that they are having than maybe the white trans people that we took a look at last week. And if I didn't mention the like AIDS epidemic and that whole situation, how that impacted these individuals as well. So, excuse me, we're going to get, hopefully, like I said, hopefully this is better than last time and we don't have a lag, but please let me know. Keep me updated. Alrighty. Get started. Oh, oops. Wrong one. Here we go. Oh, let me make sure I didn't have it. Okay. Just a couple.
I remember my dad used to say you have three strikes against you in this world. But every black man has two. That they're just black and you're a male. But you're black and you're a male and you're gay. You're gonna have a hard fucking time. And he said if you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to be stronger than you ever imagined.
And I love that. Not, I don't actually love it. Mm. It frustrates me. Um, I guess I love the way that, he spoke that so eloquently, but the idea that, black individuals kind of already are, I don't know, starting off with a kind of a handicap kind of a thing, and like this individual kind of being able to understand that black men have their own challenges, but as a black gay man, there are even more challenges. And you have to kind of you have to present yourself as this, and you have to just be so much better, I guess, than everybody else and be so much more presentable in order to make it. And your standards have to be much, much, much higher, um, less room for mistakes and things. It's a lot of pressure. Oopsie.
Yeah, y'all have to handle it too.
Wow. I'm just pausing because the visuals are so much better. Wow, you can actually see people's outfits and stuff. It's crazy.
Off the floor. Learn it and learn it well.
Oh, the last recording that I did of this one, I wanted to make sure to pause for a little bit, and I'm gonna actually keep this playing in the background because they're not really mentioning anything too important right now. Mostly just visuals. But I've always felt so drawn to like this community. I don't remember how early it was when I was, I guess, even just visually exposed to, I guess, like queer people generally. But when I was, I knew, I knew immediately something about this was right. Something about this felt familiar. It felt like home. Um, but yeah, and I think that we'll hear more about what this is like for people. Obviously, I've never been like actually been involved in any type of like houses or ballroom scenes or anything. I just have never. I don't think I've lived in areas where it's happened, not that I've known of at least. And I've been super sheltered, so a lot of reasons why I haven't had access to those things.
Want me to say who I am and all of that? I am Pepper LaBeija, the legendary mother of the House of LaBeija. Not the founder. Crystal was the founder. I just rule it now with a soft love. And it's important to me to be the mother because there's so many little kids that I have to look out for, although they don't listen to me and they buck my authority. I still think I rule it pretty well. They like me. I'm one of the more popular ones. And I've been around for 2 decades. Reigning, that is. You know, I've got more grand prizes than all the rest.
I think one thing that's amazing, obviously, about these communities is that it's not just about prizes and it's not just about competition and winning. Like these are like actual people who are being cared for and tended to, and actual communities of people where like these are their families. If any of you have seen Pose, that it gives a little bit of an example of what the life was like for these individuals. Um, yeah, that's yeah. I don't have too much more to add.
Persons, life brought them to this circle.
It's like crossing into the looking glass in Wonderland. You go in there and you feel 100% right of being gay, and that's it. It's not what it's like in the world. It's not what it's like in the world. You know, it should be like that in the world.
The society, they put going to a football game, basketball, that's their entertainment. You know, a ball is ours. We prepare for a ball. We may spend more time preparing for a ball than anybody would spend preparing for anything else. You know, a ball is like our world. You know,
Balls to us is as close to reality as we're going to get to all of that fame and fortune and stardom and spotlights.
I always see the way the rich people live, and I feel it more, you know. It would slap me in the face. I'd say I'd have to have that because I never felt comfortable being poor. I just don't. Or even middle class doesn't suit me. Seeing the riches, seeing the way people on Dynasty lived.
I really just need to speak to this. The idea that people like this person they recognize that you're built for more than poverty. I think it speaks so much to kind of the way that the structure of our society is itself today. Um, to me, a lot of it is distressing. A lot of it is incredibly toxic. We have, I think, people who made it to the top for the wrong reasons, for example, things like that. And the fact that we even have a system that has people being on the bottom in the first place is problematic, in my opinion. But these people felt trapped, locked away, that things like not joy, that's not accurate. Well, joy is part of it, but that freedom that they just did not have access to it. They couldn't. This is the only thing. The whisper that they could actually get, the whisper of actual fame, the whisper of actual wealth, the whisper of actual recognition was in these houses.
These huge houses. And I would think these people have 42 rooms in their house. Oh my God, what kind of a house is that? And we've got 3. So why is it that they can have it and I didn't? I always felt cheated. I always felt cheated out of things like that.
You have space to do all that you intend to. Now the categories are Butch Queen, 1 through 17, and for the girls, 18 through 30. As far as all of y'all not walking, please realize that we all, at one time or another, have lusted to walk a ballroom floor. So give the patrons and the contestants, a round of applause for nerve. Because with your vicious motherfuckers, it do take nerves. Believe me.
Let's go. You know how scary it would be? I'd be terrified. I already have stage fright. I did my little musical theater growing up in high school. I would like go on stage and not feel my fucking legs. Okay? I would still love to be part of a ballroom because I think it'd be fun. Hopefully you'd be in a place where people would be friendly, but who knows these days.
We're not going to be shady, just fierce.
Those balls are more or less like...
I don't know. We're not going to be shady, just fierce. I'm pretty sure they're going to be shady. We'll see.
Our fantasy of being a superstar, like the Oscars or whatever, or being on a runway as a model. A lot of those kids that are in the balls, they don't have 2 of nothing. Some of them don't even eat. They come to balls starving, and they sleep in an under 21, or they sleep on the pier, or wherever. They don't have a home to go to, but they'll go out and they'll steal something and get dressed up and come to a ball for that one night and live in fantasy.
And I'm like, go for it. Go for it, live the fantasy. I mean, people acquire wealth in worse ways. You know what I'm saying? Not over here. Yeah. people try to make the best out of what they have.
A ball is the very word. Whatever you want to be, you be. So at a ball, you have a chance to display your arrogance, your seductiveness, your beauty, your wit, your charm, your knowledge. You can become anything and do anything right here, right now. What we question.
And also the other thing that I noticed here is it seems that things that are maybe generally seen as less than or like not good are celebrated here. Something like arrogance or kind of just like flaunting your beauty or whatever is praised. Whereas in other places it might be like, you know, try to play nice, play humble or something.
I came, I saw, I conquered. That's the whole.
Give her what she wants. She bring it to you every ball. Why y'all gagging so?
I guess I like the excitement.
You know?
The cheering and screaming if you were good. And that's what got me. I like the competition. Makes me stronger. Makes me think more. Makes me want to come back and get them. It's not just the winning. It's the giving too. Because I feel like I give a lot of enjoyment to a lot of people that go to war. And they enjoy to see it. And I enjoy to work for them. So that's my philosophy, if I should say.
Is that her?
To be legendary is like their goal. To be legendary. You know, let you know I'm legendary. You're not. That's you know, it feels good to them.
An Oscar.
Oscar, right?
It's the same thing. Become a legend, you have an Oscar. It's the same thing.
I don't really consider myself a real legend. I've been at the balls with the legendary children, and I've stamped myself with the legendary children. But I'm one of the top upcoming children. We have legendary children and
Legendary to be. Legendary in progress. Legendary in the making. I also love the ability to recognize where you're at. You know what I mean? There's excitement but also humility. You understand your place. There's like, even though it's not the actual, you know, it's not the actual Oscars, but there's still organization. You know what I mean? There's still not hierarchy exactly, but kinda.
upcoming ones. We're the upcoming ones. You know, we're not longer than the ones that are here now. And we have our status in the ballroom.
How long did it take you to do the tank top?
An hour.
An hour?
Yes.
You don't do that.
In Awa, I love their accent so much.
It usually doesn't take you an hour to do a shirt, especially a tank top. That's not your speed.
Hampton Dobbin. Statement. Future legend.
Kim and me have. We've been together, and it's more or less me, I'm the one, and it's Kim's protege. Because I go with Kim to the balls, help him out, help him iron. Because if I don't go to the ball with him and iron, I mean, he'll be the wrinkles, or he'd be the ironing. But, you know, it helps out when somebody else is there in your corner, at your side, say, yeah, you can do it, you're going to be fine. Just go out there and do what you usually do. What do I get out of it? Just simple, you know, joy, satisfaction. And that's it. Not, you know, I don't really ask much. And then from time to time later on, I can wear the outfit.
One of the drinking things is to drink every time someone screams work. So drink if you are drinking. Oh my god, it even put together that was Pepper right there. And like I said, this is the second time watching this, like the first 10 minutes or so. So, and like I said, the quality, the video quality is so much better here. I can actually like see their faces. Crazy. All right.
So in a sense, so am I. But at very much different quantity. No magazine's gonna run up to cover me if I go to a premiere. But it's still a fame. It's a small fame. But you absorb it, you take it. And you like it. You like the adulation, the applause.
That's what I mentioned. It is it's like, you know, like these Lebediqua POCs are all kind of recognizing that, you know, the way that the world is, we only have access to these specific places. Some of them obviously with education, like might not be able to get their foot in the door anywhere, but they can here. The access is different. That it's like creating your own power, kind of.
The people cheering you on, the winning. It's like a physical high. It's a, you know, it's a good high. It's an addictive high, like all highs in the long run turn out to be. But it's a high that won't hurt you. If everybody went to balls and did less drugs, it'd be a fun world, wouldn't it? I'm dressing, of course, to go to a show because I've always done this professionally. And I was a dancer. And I'm trying to remember when the first time I went to a ball, that was the early type ball, when everybody just walked and they gave away like 4 or 5 prizes in a very limited category. And the children now, most of them, 75% of them, of the children who see the ball, wouldn't know what a ball was if it knocked them in the head.
When I first started going to balls, it was all about drag
Obviously, they're gonna be talking about some of the transitions and how things
queens, and they were interested in looking like Las Vegas showgirls, back pieces, tail pieces, feathers, beads, and all that. But as the 70s rolled around, the things started changing. It started coming down to just wanting to look like a gorgeous movie star like Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor. And now they went from that to trying to look like models like Iman and Christy Brinkley and Maud Adams and all those children.
Everyone couldn't be a Las Vegas showgirl. Everyone couldn't put on a stack of feathers with a big headpiece. So they made the categories for everybody. That's what really made the balls change. So there was more involvement. Everyone that goes to one of these affairs now damn near participates. Eventually, over the course of the year's balls, they've all walked the runway in some category or another. Either you've got a nice body, or you are very fashionable, or you're very pretty, or you're very real looking, but there's always something there for everyone. And that's what keeps them all coming. And it's like,
we took a second yesterday to talk a little bit about realness and to let me a better frame. So realness being this essence of to my understanding, right? I think that it's like today's equivalent of passing, essentially. I actually found there's like a on out.com, there's like a guide, like, you know, the best with like how to follow along, you know, with the how to follow along with the movie or with a documentary and give some definitions for things. And it talks about realness is like essentially passing, but the ability to blend in successfully, and I'm guessing in with the different sexes or with the different genders. So with how real you look, it is how much you pass. And then how there's like heaviness when it comes to passing conversations for trans people, like me as a trans person. For non-binary trans people, I think it's a little bit different for some of them at least. But passing is oftentimes very, very important for a lot of trans people's experience, and it can be, I don't know, I would imagine it might be very emotionally provocative to be judged on your passability in like a competition. I don't know. That might be emotional for some people, but
like in nature, I'm such a nature fan. Young ones are always bucking to move the old bulls out of the way. That's why they change and go through all these mad categories that I never can stay awake for.
Upcoming pretty girl, 1986, take it to the floor. They're showing up for the press. Audience, please back up and get them here.
I'm matching with a footwear. The Poconos versus the Catskills. Is there anyone walking?
Some children asking me what I meant by Miss Cheesecake. That means you must not only have a body, but you must be sexy. A lot of people have bodies but are not sexy.
I'm sorry, Miss Cheesecake? What? I wish I understood. I don't know if I'm
Going to school.
Okay, just in case.
School, elementary, high school, college, not here. School.
Looking like a girl going to school. You should look like a girl going to school. Town and country, exclusively done.
Here we go.
Well-dressed men of the 80s, get into the suits, get into the pumps.
In real life, you can't get a job as an executive unless you have the educational background and the opportunity. Now, the fact that you are not an executive is really because of the social standing of life. That is just pure thing. Black people have a hard time getting anywhere. And those that do are usually straight. In a ballroom, you
Beautifully said. Fair, and I believe pretty accurate. And I know that there are black people who would disagree and would say that that's just a lie. That's not true. There's nothing that says that black people can't succeed. And obviously black people can succeed, but obviously to deny the stigma is, I think, bonkers. That's the nicest way I could put it, probably. And then understanding that if you are gay or trans, like how much harder that's going to be for you, how much more difficult, how much more unlikely it is.
be anything you want. You're not really an executive, but you're
So
looking
many
like an
complicated
executive.
layers.
And therefore, you're showing the straight world that I can be an executive. If I had the opportunity, I could be one, because I can look like one. And that is like a fulfillment. Your peers, your friends are telling you, oh, you make a wonderful executive.
Is this a businessman of the 80s or what?
I'm Fashion Parisian.
Wow.
Model back. Shantae, 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 Shantae. Model. Thin.
Model is the French word.
Streamline. Trim. Model.
The category is Butch Queen first time in drag at a ball.
You know what I mean?
You know
Which I love.
Paris Mix.
Exact. Butch Queen.
Butch Queen. Butch Queen.
The military scene is a basic scene. Doesn't call for a bunch of flamboyant turkey boas and bugle bees, rhinestones. It's a basic category. The more natural you are, the more credit your outfit is given.
Come on now, it is a known fact that a woman
Just also, celebrating the military is a choice, in my opinion, but
do carry an evening bag at dinner time. There's no getting around that. You see,
and then one of the other categories was drink every time you hear something that you thought came from RuPaul's Drag Race. And the first time I ever heard that quote, a woman, it is a generally known fact that a woman do carry an evening bag at dinner time. I have heard that from Bob the Drag Queen, was the first time I've ever heard that. And clearly, I was just uneducated. You know what I'm saying? So thank goodness I'm here to learn. I'm here to read. Actually read.
it on Channel 7 between All My Children and Jeopardy. Another world dollars in the whole bit. An evening bag is a must. You have to carry something no lady is sure at night.
With the current children, the children that are
No
young,
lady.
they've gone to television, you know? I've been to several balls, and they've actually had categories. Dynasty. You know, want you to look like Alexis or Crystal.
Hmm.
And I guess that's just a statement of the times. When I grew up, you want to look like Marlene Dietrich, Betty Grable. Fortunately, I didn't know that I really wanted to look like Lena Horne. When I grew up, of course, you know, black stars were stigmatized.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to look like Lena Horne. Everybody wanted to look like Marilyn Monroe.
I think that's huge. I think, like, wow. Like, black people finally being able to see, like, other people that are in the media or kind of, like, big enough to make a name for themselves, so that now the new generation is actually able to look for kind of themselves more in the media and can want to emulate that and actually emulate other black stars and stuff and have people who look like them to aspire to.
When you're a man and woman, you can do anything. You can almost have sex with who you want to. Most somebody will say, hey, you can come for me, you know. But when you're gay, you monitor everything you do. You monitor how you look, how you dress, how you talk, how you act. Do they see me? What do they think of me?
I knew that there would be some stuff in here that like that tickles my emotional funny bone, but it's sad that that hasn't changed, you know? Obviously, for some people it will have changed, but someone like me who was raised in the environment that I was raised in, I always policed myself, always. To the point, literally, guys, to the point where um I was like assessing whether or not like I don't like like small interests that I had, were like too masculine or something like that. My mom was very critical of my masculinity growing up. Like I don't know what exactly it was about it that made her so upset. Um, but I was taught that I wasn't okay. It just wasn't okay for me to be this way, whatever it was. Then you got to make sure that people don't see it. Whatever it is that people don't see. People don't want to see that. Um, so people don't want to see it in you and they don't want to have to explain it away. So like my parents didn't want someone else seeing my queerness and then possibly mentioning it to them.
To be able to blend. That's what realness is.
Oh, well, look, like they came with the definition anyway.
You can pass the untrained eye or even the trained eye and not give away the fact that you're gay. That's when it's real.
Fancy. Look at
Very interesting. Okay, so this isn't necessarily passing, actually. It is, well, I mean, I guess it's straight passing. It's not necessarily about gender passing only. I'm guessing that's a part of it. But it is about, yeah, being able to just look like a straight person in the real world. Wow. Interesting that that was a goal. I'm assuming that it was a goal.
like the boy that probably robbed you a few minutes before you came to Paris's ball.
The idea of realness is to look as much as possible like your straight counterpart.
Shake the dice, steal the rice. Right here, come on, baby. Yes, daddy, I got food stamps and card waiting. All right. Dust, coat, base soap, Rolaids, you got.
A real look means you look like a real woman.
So now this is okay. So like I said, there's multiple layers of realness here. There's a realness in terms of straight passing, and then there's a realness for trans people in terms of like passing as your gender, your preferred gender.
Or you look like a real man. A straight man.
Sweetheart, with the cigarette, you're giving me a Benji go effect. This is Benji. You know, the girls that be on the corner talking about young man. What did it handle? With the reference, and
It's
that's
not a takeoff or a satire. No, it's actually being able to be this.
Looking like a Benji girl. Benji girl realness. You know, when they got little baby brother at school. When they say, you know, like, hey, I'm supposed to
It's really a case of going back into the closet.
10. Are there any more? Okay, girl, are we doing this?
I guess are they saying that is this a commentary on passing, that as a trans person if you pass like there are still secrets that you carry into the your passing land, that heaviness, that weight, the weight never really goes away, does it? And I'm not sure, I could be reading into this, but I think that that's a insightful thing, the idea of yeah, the weight of the trans, I, mean, I don't know about the secret necessarily, but maybe that's some of what's going on there.
They give the society they live in what they want to see, so they won't be questioned. Rather than have to go through prejudices about your life and your lifestyle, you can walk around confidently, living again with everybody else. You erase all the mistakes, all the flaws, all the giveaways, to make your illusion perfect.
And like I don't know, like even that language, the mistakes, flaws, and giveaways, it's it sounds like you're navigating dysphoria. You know what I mean?
I had told you because I was telling her I wanted to play basketball. I had one focus for running track. I was walking up 145th Street with my girlfriends. I had on white hot pants, a chiffon blouse, a ponytail. And my father was waiting for the light in his car, and he saw me. He recognized me. And he went straight to my house before I could get there and told my mother, your son is a woman. She didn't press it then, but like maybe a few months later when she noticed that I had breasts, everything started coming together.
She really was devastated. How could you have a threat bigger than mine? You're growing your nails. You're becoming a woman right before my very eyes. I can't hold my head up. I'm embarrassed. She still loved me, but the nagging and the, oh my God, about this woman's clothes. And when I had women's clothes stashed in my closet and she found them and she would destroy them, she burned up a mink coat. Oh, devastated.
Why?
She smelled
Obviously, I know why, but and yeah. I want to know so much. I just want to know so much about Pepper. Like, tell me more. I want to understand. And I'm gonna use she. I think because she seems more appropriate.
perfume in it.
I mentioned the other day that like I don't. It's not like they're listing people's pronouns here, so I'm just gonna do my best until like things. I guess. Yeah, do my best until like people make it like make their pronouns clear, whatever. So she makes sense for Pepper.
I liked to wear, which was jungle gardenia at the time. She said, "This ain't no girl's coat. This is your coat." Took it downstairs in the backyard of the building and burnt it. And I stood there and cried like a baby. As long as I had a mustache and all that, it's cute for me. She don't want me being a girl's clothes. She can't take it.
When they're undetectable, when they can walk out of that ballroom into the sunlight and onto the subway and get home and still have all their clothes and no blood running off their bodies, those are the femme realness queens. And usually get the category for young queens.
Say we're sick.
This like makes me so sad, and oh my God. The standard is whether or not you have violence enacted towards you.
What, crazy?
I'm upset. I just don't really know exactly what else to say. I'm speechless and sad.
And some of them think that we're the most gorgeous, special things on earth.
I think you are too, Venus. Yes. The most gorgeous. People say that we're sick, but in reality, we're just the most gorgeous, special things on earth. Yeah, amen. Accurate. No notes.
I would like to be a spoiled, rich white girl. They get what they want, whenever they want it, and they don't have to really struggle with finances and nice things and nice clothes, and they don't have to have that as a problem. I don't feel that there's anything mannish about me, except maybe what I might have between me down there, which is my little personal thing, so I guess that's why I want my sex change, to make myself complete. I was about 13, 14 years old, and I used to do it behind my family's back, just dressing up, the party they put on with it, and I didn't want to embarrass them, so that's when I moved away. I moved to New York, and I continued doing it.
Imagine, I don't know, you said 13, 14, something like that. I didn't want to embarrass my parents, so I moved away. A child. A fucking child. But I know how she feels. I felt very similar. And I feel similar. Like, I know that my parents, like not, like, are disgusted, are pretty disgusted, like, with me and, my life. And it's clear in their faces and stuff like that. And it hurts really bad. It really hurts. And no child should have to feel that way. Ever. Yeah, heartbroken.
When someone has rejection from their mother and father, their family, when they get out in the world, they search. They search for someone to fill that void. I know this for experience because I've had kids come to me and latch hold to me like I'm their mother or like I'm their father because they can talk to me and I'm gay and they're gay, and that's where a lot of that baldness and the mother business comes in because they're real parents and give them such a hard way to go. They look up to me to fill that void.
And those voids are immense. Hello, Polina. Um, yeah, it's one that does not easily go away. Um, this hurts so bad, guys. This is really painful. Like, this is really fucking painful. I have a really, really painful relationship with my parents. And so, like, being face to face with this shit is a reminder of my lived experience right now. And it is not fun.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
What time is it?
Fucking I'm sorry, guys. Babies on the street.
And y'all, how old are you? 13 and you out here, 220. Where you live?
Me, I live in Harlem.
And why you down here? Where's your mother?
I don't have a mother.
Everybody has a mother. We would be here. Where's your mother?
She's gone.
Where's your father?
He's gone too.
So who you live with?
With a friend.
And you too?
I live in the Bronx.
And y'all just hanging out like this?
Hanging out.
But a lot of these kids I meet now, they come from such sad backgrounds, broken homes, so no home at all. And then the few that do have families, and the families are
Yeah, why the fuck are you outside on the streets at 2 a.m.? Oh my
they're
god.
They exit the community.
These young children, and like, for example, saying I don't have a mother or father, that could mean so many different types of things. It could mean legitimately like they passed, or it literally could mean they're dead to me, or I'm dead to them, so I don't have parents anymore.
A house, let's see we can put it down sharply. They're families. You can say that, they're families. For a lot of children who don't have families. But this is the new meaning of family. The hippies had families. And no one thought nothing about it. It wasn't a question of a man and a woman and children, which we grew up knowing as a family. It's a question of a group of human beings in a mutual bond.
Queer family is obviously amazing. No, I mean, queer family is wonderful and beautiful, and we need that. We need that connection, like, desperately, as queer people. I think that I have lots of opinions about the queer community generally. That there's like a lot of toxicity and stuff, and like little communities on the internet and stuff like that, or even real life communities and stuff like that. And I think that it's just, you got people who with a lot of abandonment trauma. Not everyone, obviously, and I'm generalizing massively here. But when you get a lot of people with abandonment trauma together, like, you might have some issues. Also, obviously, there are situations where you have perfectly well joined and well homogenous, like, healthy family systems, or better, more healthy family systems. But Polina, I feel that it's those emotions are intense. So
You know what a house is. I'll tell you what a house is. A house is a gay street gang. Now we're street gang.
I'm sorry, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. A gay street gang. Oh my god, you guys are gonna come and jump me and make me fashionable. It's like Queer Eye. Queer Eye comes, they jump you, and then, like, after you're jumped, you come out and you, like, look fabulous. That is the only type of jumping I want to be involved in.
Get their rewards from street fights. A gay house, street fights at a ball. And you street fight at a ball by walking in the category.
Yes. If the world fought like that, imagine war. But ballroom. Hear me out. Hear me out, guys. Right? That'd be great. That'd be nice.
The house is because you wanted a name. The people that the houses are named after were ball walkers who became known for winning.
Work. Paris. Work.
After the first three houses were started named after people who had won trophies, they also would create houses. Like a new group of kids would just create a house, then they'd work at building its name up, which worked. The House of Extravaganza, the House of Saint Laurent.
Opening. Pendarvis. Adonis. Lame. Pendarvis.
Centered on a color.
Dupree.
They saw me, and they all liked me, all the rest of the extravaganzas. And he decided, well, if you want to become an extravaganza, you have to walk a ball first. And if you snatch a trophy, then you become the extravaganza. That's how it's supposed to work with everyone. But, like that, it wasn't with me. I just became an extravaganza.
Wow.
Hector Extravaganza. He's the one who started the house. He was the first gay man I ever met. The first time he took me to the village, which was my birthday. I had just turned 15 years old. And he threw a party for me. Out there, he bought me a cake. I met a lot of drag queens, transvestites, that I didn't believe were because they were so beautiful. And
Okay.
that kind of sunk into my head. And I guess that's why it kind of made me want to even do it more.
So we need to talk okay. Paulina says queer history is so rich. I'm amazed how humans make such a culture and fashion, how it influences everything. Oh my god, yeah. Like Vogue, you know what I mean, and how Vogue, like, she took from this like smaller thing and kind of brought it to the rest of the world. And everyone's like, wow, so amazing. Um, but we watched the Donahue show a little bit ago, and we talked about the difference, at least from the perspective of this panel that we watched, the difference between transsexuals and transvestites. And here we're seeing kind of like a difference, I guess, or like a slight difference in terms of like maybe understandings in these different types, in these like the white community, maybe the black community. I'm not sure, but this is what I'm noticing. So we're seeing that transvestites are um some of them may even transition. In the other panel that we talked about, the transvestite was only the person who cross dresses, but Pepper LaBeija, to my understanding, was transitioning. Um, yeah, I don't really know how else, unless you have something going on. Why else you would grow breasts? But I don't know if that's. I'm making assumptions. So I wonder if I don't know. I wonder if there's different communities used different words for different things. I'm not saying that all drag queens were like trans or anything by any means like that. But if back in the day, the pressure, like for example, if you knew that going out on the streets was you were going to get bloody, then maybe the idea of living as a woman wasn't worth it for you. So maybe just doing it in this little thing was all that you could afford, all that was safe. So this transvestite label was the closest that you could get to maybe what you actually wanted or something like that. I hope that this is making sense. I'm trying my best to make sense of these of all of these different all these different communities and all the different language that is being used, and making sense to how we use the language today, which is very different from both of these situations.
Each other like sisters and sisters, or brothers, or mothers, or like I say, oh, that's my sister because she's gay too, and I'm gay, and she's drag, whatever.
My mother is Angie Extravaganza, and my father is David Extravaganza. The house of Extravaganza has done a lot. It's made me feel like I have a family. We're always together, if we're not together, we always speak on the phone.
My name is Angie Extravaganza, and I am the mother of the House of Extravaganza. When there's a ball, I'm always doing something for everybody. I do that one's hair, the other one's makeup, choose their shoes, their accessories. So I always offer advice, as far as what I know and what I've been through in gay life. I ran away from my house when I was 14, and I've learned all sorts of things, good and bad, and how to survive in the gay world. It's kind of hard.
And then also, I don't know if so we're having I'm trying my best to understand all these things. So let's assume that this individual lives life like as a woman, like full time or whatever. I need to actually go back like 2 seconds. Yeah.
And she's a drag, whatever.
My mother is Angie Extravaganza, and my father is David Extravaganza. The house of Extravaganza has done a lot. It's made me feel like I have a family. We're always together, if we're not together, we always speak on the phone.
My name is Angie Extravaganza, and I am the mother of the House of Extravaganza. When there's a ball, I'm always doing something for everybody. I do that one's hair, the other one's makeup, choose their shoes, their accessories. So I always offer advice, as far as what I know.
Okay. So what I wanted to speak about was she brings up gay life.
And what I've been through in gay life,
what she's been through in gay life and things like that. I don't know if for example, when you watch the other documentary, the transsexual woman, did not seem to resonate with like gay culture at all. Like she didn't she didn't seem to be as attached to it. In this community, however, you're seeing the difference that like the gay and trans worlds are much more connected. And like I said, it was a panel discussion. So I'm going based off this. That one was a panel discussion. This is a well in depth documentary on these groups of people in their lives. So way more in depth here. Um, but yeah, people to this day are like, why is the T in the LGBT? Because we're part of the same fucking family, idiots. Learn a little bit about queer history. Stupid. It really makes me angry. It makes me so, because it feels disrespectful. It feels really disrespectful when people say stuff like that. I'm like, read a fucking book. Not really read a book, but look at something. Goodness gracious. We got like 2 or 3 more minutes and then we're gonna wrap up for the day.
And I've learned all sorts of things, good and bad, and how to survive in the gay world. You know, it's kind of hard.
Extravaganza power.
I put her in. I paid for them.
I name my kid. My kid.
This is gonna get age restricted, and I paused on the tit. Of course I did.
Tits, mama. You bet what I said.
What you want for Christmas is a 2 front tits.
A 2 front tits. A 2 front tits. And we gave them food. And we gave them stuff.
2 front tits. And all I wanted was to get my 2 front tits off. That whole thing where it's like, you know, just like trans masks, trans men, trans women, we need to get together and exchange parts. Just boop, here, boops, take some of yours, we're good. Boop.
Our mother even nurses us. She's a good woman.
Stop.
She nourishes us. My mommy is a drag queen. Look, I say.
So, like, she is, like, clearly a woman, clearly navigating life as a woman, but is using these words like, I'm a drag queen and things like that. This is language that definitely is not appropriate today. We would not call a drag queen a woman necessarily, but it seems like these are, like, stepping stones. Like, this was all they had. So am I going to say, no, she wasn't a woman, she was just a drag queen? I think if I said something like that, that would be so narrow and would show how little I actually understood these people's lives.
From the house of extravaganza, of idea, keeping the children intact. And we had anti-extravaganza.
My birthday coming out, I always get a birthday gift for Angie. Oh, get one for my grandmother. That way I got to run out of my house. Angie let me stay with her until I got myself together and I got working. She always fed me. She could be a pain in the ass at times, but I wouldn't trade her for any other mother. You know, you have to have something to offer.
Oh, that shirt is fucking beautiful, by the way. I need to get 7.
To leave. The mother usually becomes the mother because she's usually the best one out of the group. I'm Willie Ninja, the mother of the house of Ninja. I'm the mother of the house of Ninja because they say I'm the best lawyer out.
You are fantastic.
You have to have the most power. Take a real family. It's the mother that's the hardest worker, and mother gets the most respect. As far as my naming my house, the house of Ninja. Ninjas hit hard, they hit fast, an invisible assassin, and that's what we are.
Invisible assassin. Thank you. So we are at 30:31. We are pausing here for today. Please check out the description below and join our Discord server. Say hello to the people. We will be back likely on Sunday. I'm not sure if we'll finish the whole thing. We might do a little bit. We might watch something entirely different. You won't know unless you join the Discord server. So join it. Let's have fun together. Lots of love to you guys. Remember, this shit is emotional for me. I'd be having some feelings, but let's see how this continues. Thanks a lot for joining us today. We will be back. We'll talk soon.